I tell you what, I'll offload some of my stuff just right now.
If you think it'll help.
You? No. Me? Yes. Well, she used up all the magical potions I gave her. But she's not using that stuff I gave her. I gave her the stuff to use, not just to hang on to. But apparently you do not wish to use it. Yep, apparently she doesn't use 200 weapons. Did she use that? Nope, she won't use that either. I figured since she was using shock abilities, give it the mask. But apparently she doesn't. She won't wear it. Oh well. At least it's weight off me. But I gotta take the step over back to Skyrim.
Who's there? I heard something. That'll teach you. Who's there?
Miss. I was gonna try to use the soul terror on him, but I missed. Oh, come on, stop this. Hate it when it does this. There we go. I mean, when it's doing it on my own, when I'm playing on my own, it does it to me, there's no big deal because it's on my own. But when it does it while I'm recording, that's just, irritating. Because it wastes both your time and mine. Man, this one's got a lot of health. And it's throwing invisible fireballs at us. Ooh, piece of paper. My dear Solana? I'm not sure pronounced that. This is my last letter. I do not know if you'll ever get any of them, but I'll keep them on me in case I'm ever found. Something happened to me, my dear. It was horrible. Something happened at the Red Mountain, but I can't describe it. It's as if hundreds of oblivion gates open at once at its summit, and it's spitting fire and death in all directions. Fort Frostmoth has been completely destroyed. The walls crumbled like loose dirt, and the land is on fire. Everything around me smells of ash and death, of death. I do not know where anyone is. I have been trapped in one of these lower sections of the fort, and I can't. I don't expect to be rescued anytime soon. I miss you. I want to hold you and the children in my arms and tell you that everything is going to be fine, but I do not think that it will ever happen. Give my love to Cernus and Atta for me. Tell them their father died bravely defending the Empire, so they can hold their heads high when they speak of me one day. And you, my love, when you close your eyes at night, think of me, so my spirit can finally come to rest. Thanks always and forever, Maximilian Axis. 3 Suns Dawn, 4th Era, 05. He managed to write that letter while being crushed by debris. Oh, oh wow. The other letters. Okay. It's been a difficult day. General Crocus ordered us to help the laborers shore up the walls, since they're starting to show their age. It is back-breaking work, but without the extra support, the walls won't stand up to a siege. Some of the men are grumbling about the task, but I don't agree with them. The general knows what's best for Fort Frostmoth, and I would follow him to oblivion and back if he asked. There's a supply ship due Sostan in a few weeks, and I hope to send you all these daily letters I've been writing. I hope you enjoy reading them as much as I enjoy writing them. I miss you. I can't wait to see you when my time in Sostan is through. This is 20th of Evening Star of 04, the 4th era of 04. Lumen was killed this morning by one of those awful Ricolins. We were escorting a supply wagon from Fort Frostmoth to Raven Rock when a war party of those man. Bandits ambushed us from the cliffs. We fought them off, but poor uh, Ypres, I don't know how you pronounce that, was impaled by one of their spears. The healers at the fort couldn't do anything for him, and I watched him slip away as I held his hand. I do not know how much longer I can stand being here. My loyalty to the Empire and the strong words General Caracters delivers to us each morning muster are the only things keeping me going. The supply ship should arrive tomorrow, and I promise to give the quartermaster my letters so they can finally be sent home. Give my love to the children. Oh, he didn't put a date on this one. Well, the supply ship due in Sostan hasn't arrived yet, and no one knows what's happened to it. I'll keep writing these letters in hopes that they can be delivered to you one day. It's awful being asset in Sostan like this, but General Kratos keeps telling us we need to maintain Fort Frostmoth for the good of the Empire. I believe that he's saying only because he's never led us down the wrong path in the past. But I'm wondering if anyone on the Imperial Council even gives a damn about a pile of rock. 4 soldiers have died in the last 2 years at Fort Frostmoth. It almost seems as though the Empire takes us all for granted and expects us to sit out here and get chipped away at like the rock inside the mines. My posting here can't end soon enough. One son does 4th Air 05. And when was this one? It doesn't seem to have a date on it. That's it. This one doesn't have a date. For some reason it didn't put a date on that one. Put a date on the other letters, just not that one. On here is an unusual bunch of spiders. Yeah, there's spiders in Solstan too. I've come across a few fast ones, but these ones are different. These are different types of spiders. Some jump at you and explode in your face like those Zergs did.
Where'd you come from? Who's there? That'll teach you.
Some are just simple little white spiders like that one. Those are weird looking spiders. We'll learn more about those spiders later on. But the general is in that direction, but the door requires a key, so we need to find said key. And seeing how the other gate over there is locked, this is the only direction we have left to go. There's a bunch of coffins. And a spot. Let's see this works. Ha! Of course, I couldn't bring it back to life because it immediately turns to a pile of ash from killed, but it still worked. sound? It's like chewing. Alright, here we go. Key, health potion. That's good. Satchel. Coffin. And a satchel. And a journal. Yay, more reading time. Get a drink. Day 32. It's been almost a month since unearthing the crypt at Fort Frostmoth, and I haven't seen a single spark of life in the general's remains. Grafting the heartstone to the subject is proving much more difficult than I originally anticipated. I've used almost every method I can think of, and still there's no sign of reanimation. At this rate, it could be years before I make any progress, which is time that I can't afford right now. With my vengeance is to come to fruition, I need results. If not, I may need to resort to more drastic measures. Day 47. It finally appears that I'm making some progress. After my last experiment, General Curtis' eyes briefly opened and he moved his arms. It lasted for less than a few moments, but it's the first sign of progress I've seen since I arrived here. A few of my assistants are insisting that I was imagining things, but I dismissed them for their arrogance. They won't be bothering anyone ever again. Oh. Well, when he said dismissed, I thought he meant like made them leave the room, not actually dismissed them. Day 55. General Curtis woke up fully today. He bolted upward after my not trying to pronounce that, and began struggling around like a blind man. He seemed to ignore my commands. In fact, hearing my voice seemed to increase his hostility. I was able to remove the heartstone before he became violent, but this isn't a result that I expected. Even though he's able to be awakened, I feel as though the real work has just begun. Day 59. The general is still unable or unwilling to listen to my commands. He's acting increasingly paranoid and appears to have his own free will. He's convinced that I am a spy or the enemy, and I've had to restrain him to prevent him from outright attacking me. This is becoming intolerable. I'm beginning to wonder if someone with a heartstone can be commanded at all. If my experiments with General Curtis fail, I may have to resort to self-experimentation, something I've been avoiding for a long time. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have done that. Both self-experimentation and bringing back the general. Now you're nothing but a pile of bones. Oh. That's good damage. What is that noise? It sounds like something chewing on something, or maybe a spider crawling on the floor. I don't know what it is, but it's really annoying. Wow, that's nice. Oh, cool. I could take that and I could break it down so I would have to put it down my boots. Is there a spider in here that I missed? Is that what that noise is?
Who's there?
Finally, the noise ceased. Yeah, that was getting annoying. Getting on my nerves. That sound the spider was making.
Stay on your guard. Who's there?
And this again.
Done and done.
Get to that side. Alright, before we head back to Raven Rock, I'm just gonna go around. Already got that book. Already kicked it out. Now this general guy actually has a really, really nice enchantment on him, which is something I've been waiting for. This is 50% chance of each element of fire, frost, and shock to do 25 points of damage. Ooh, yeah! I've been looking forward for this enchantment, and that's why I haven't been. I didn't bother to enchant my bow because I would want to take weeks till I got that enchantment before I did so. Because that's the enchantment I wanted so badly. Which is one of the reasons why I wish I came here sooner rather than later. So I wanted to get that enchantment. But, good things happen to those who wait. As they say. Alright, I'm gonna head back to Raven Rock. And you notice I don't have Shadowmare with me. That's because Shadowmare will apparently she doesn't go on boats. This another thing, when I was talking about animes before, Ashmon are the most common animes you come across, but you do come across, they look like grasshoppers. They're called ash hoppers. They're not very common, but you rarely come across them. I mean, you can come across them sometimes, but not very often. And there's also spriggets here. Yeah, there's spriggets here too. But they're not actually the original everyday that you've seen spriggets in Skyrim. Like the spriggets you see in Skyrim. They're different. They're called... Oh, there you go. There's an ash hopper right there. See, this is a grasshopper, but it's brown. And that right there, that's ancient Nordic tomb. There's actually a dark elf around here. Yeah, he's right there. You talk to him, and you have to give him money and hire some miners. You offer to be his business partner, and because he's not really a labor guy, he's more of a leader than a follower. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Basically, you agree to help him out. You give him some money. He hires miners, and they dig out all the ash out of the tomb, because he's looking for some artifacts. You guys will see when we talk to him. What time is it? Well, it's 3 in the morning. He's probably asleep.
Headed east. They want to give the town Mithrin a wide berth. I don't like the looks of that place one bit.
To the east, he says. Oh, he's talking about this place right here, where it's actually a giant mushroom that they turned into a house. You guys will see it eventually. It's actually really cool.
Can't believe I've been stuck here.
What news do you bring from Fort Frostmoth?
I killed General Cartus.
I had my suspicions that he was undead. How else could he have survived for over 200 years? It's a shame. There are quite a few tales of General Curious' exploits, including the founding of Raven Rock.
He'll no longer send Ashbound to everyone.
Councillor Morvain told me to give this to you if you made it back in one piece. And you got rid of General Curious. Better than a soldier's pay, so you should be thankful.
Do you need anything else from me?
I'm sorry to bother you, but Second Councillor Rano asked me to come find you. He said it's quite urgent.
Did he say what it was about?
All he wanted me to do is track you down and send you to him. Look, this is important. Even more important than wiping out the ash spawn. Please, go speak to the Second Councillor as soon as possible.
Okay, I will do that. Served cold.
Keep moving.
I am trying, but you're kind of in the way, you know? It's just hard to squeeze between you and a chair. Not saying I'm fat.